Hello everyone, welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. We are working on part 2 of Hawthorn Manor. This is apartment 2, so the middle floor apartment. There are 3 floors. It's an old Gothic Victorian manor turned into a very small apartment building for Forgotten Hollow for the vampire pack in The Sims 4. I think I mentioned this, so if you didn't see the first building, I actually built this. I wanted to use this build in Forgotten Hollow for something. My initial feeling was a community lot, turn an old Victorian manor into some kind of community lot for the vampires to hang out at. I liked the idea of that, but once I got using this build, I saw its potential as an apartment building more and wanted to switch it to that. Anyways, I like this version of this building better, so yes, technically it's on my channel twice and on my gallery twice, but I think it is okay. I don't know. I just really love this building a lot. So in today's build, I'm just taking all of the stuff, like the kind of stuff you would find in a house or apartment that would just automatically be there. Light fixtures, bathroom, plumbing stuff, kitchen appliances, and cupboards and things like that, and putting them in here to get the apartment started. And now I'm going back and trying to decide on how to personalize this apartment. And I try to make families up in my head when I do these things. So for instance, with the first one, it's a young vampire family who has had a child and they have an infant now as well. They've had 2 children basically, and yeah, there's not much to say. Like, they're just a basic family. They just happen to also be vampires. And for this one, well, I guess in my mind that first family would be young adult parents, and then they had children, and those will grow to be young adults as well, and then they'll have to move into their own place or whatever. But for this family, I'm thinking maybe slightly older adult Sims who were changed a little bit later in life. The mother is maybe a professor or something in education. I feel like The Sims is fairly progressive, and I feel like most other Sims would accept her out in the world for the most part. Maybe not the werewolves, but most other Sims would be fairly accepting of her. I feel like I would probably end up making a lot of vegetarian Sims, if you will, or vampires, if you will, or vampires who feed mostly off of fish and frogs, rather than vampires that feed off of other people or other Sims, I guess. So I'm feeling like she could be a professor or a teacher or something in the education career track. And other Sims would be totally fine with that and would be really accepting of her. I feel like this family has traveled a lot. They've been to a lot of different places in the world, and they've kind of done it all, seen it all type of situation. They're at a point in their life where they just want to do normal Sim things for a while, if that makes sense, and just live a quiet, I guess it's not at a point in their life, it's at a point in their undead instead of in their life. But they just, that I, okay, I feel like these Sims are bored with being vampires. They probably know it all, done it all, seen it all type of situation is what I'm envisioning. Also, I envision this couple as not having any children. Initially, I thought maybe they'd have like one child and it would have been before they were turned into vampires, and so their child had, maybe one or two children, and they all grew old and died. But I don't know, is that a really depressing storyline? I mean, it seems like it'd be a very realistic vampire storyline to have happen, especially to an older couple becoming vampires later in life. But is it too depressing for The Sims? You let me know down in the comments. I did, in fact, put full kitchens in all of these apartments, and that's because partially one of my vampires, the penthouse, if you will, the top floor of this manor, in that apartment, I kind of was toying with the idea of it's a mixed couple. One is a vampire and one is either a werewolf or just a regular Sim. I don't know how that would work out, but I was thinking of maybe doing that. And also, I was thinking, like, with this couple, the outside world is very accepting of them. So maybe they have guests over who are just normal Sims, or who are spellcaster Sims, or even mermaid Sims, whatever, They have other guests who actually do eat regular food from time to time, and so having a full kitchen is useful. Also, I made it in a way that it could be used in non-vampire related ways as well. So yeah, that's kind of my thinking behind all of that. Also, you may have noticed that I went back and added a few things to the first apartment and included them then in this apartment. That's just because I got some new ideas as I was going. But again, we're not going to do a full walkthrough until the third video anyways, so I may even go back in and add or change a little bit in the third video. It gives you something to watch, right? See how this little apartment building has kind of evolved over time until we get to the walkthrough. I gotta say, besides the circle rooms being kind of glitchy and not always working as rooms the way they should, the other difficult part is putting windows and curtains in there. It is such a pain. No joke. I wish those curtains came with the bars the way that the newer curtains and newer packs do. If they could just go back to other packs and just kind of sneak a few little items in there that would, they're like not huge items or anything, but they would add so much for us decorators. Just a little bar that can connect to those two pieces. That's all I'm asking for. Is that so much to ask for? I don't think so. Anyways, that brings up my thought that I had last time, and that is I'm kind of thinking about doing a video about what I'd like to see in The Sims in the future, what things that I don't like about The Sims 4 as it currently is, and what I'd like to have changed or added onto or whatever to make it slightly better. If you want to see that video, let me know down in the comments. So yeah, again, like I said at the beginning of the video, this couple does not, at least for now, they do not have any children or any kind of descendants at all. And so the second bedroom is just going to be an office type room. We'll get to that in a second. The other thing I wanted to know was, because this build is for a save file, would you guys like to see me make the Sims for all of these things? I plan on making Sim families for pretty much every build that I make. I might leave a few houses empty, like maybe one or two in each world, depending on the size of the world. Maybe a like starter home and then a mid-range home in each, especially the larger worlds. But most of the builds, apologies about my voice, but anyways, most of the builds will have Sims that I would make to put in there for the save file. Yeah, my voice is pretty raw again. I'm a little bit tired. Didn't sleep well last night. Have not been sleeping well lately. And got some tummy issues. And my dry mouth is back again. So, yay. Yay for everything. My body is just not cooperating lately. But I'm working on being better to my body so that it can be better to me, especially during these voiceovers and stuff, and stop having my mouth go dry so much and making my voice so raw all the time. As for the sleeping issues, I don't think I'll ever get those fixed. They've been here my whole life. I think they will be here until, I'm old and gray, so I don't know what to do about those. But anyways, we're in the office now, and this is where I got the idea that I don't know what her partner, I haven't decided really on her partner, to be honest. But this is where I decided that there was gonna probably be a female or feminine sim who works in the education career track. And I sort of made this office to work in that sort of general direction. She has a desk full of paperwork and stuff like that, papers that she's grading and textbooks and things, and then just a place to do some other like logic building and stuff. But I haven't honestly really decided on her partner yet. I don't know. I just have her in mind. That's about it. Maybe I'll change my mind and she won't even have a partner. Maybe she'll be a single sim. We do have Love Struck coming out soon. So maybe she'll be a single vampire lady out there looking for love. That would be an idea. Anyways, with this room, we are pretty much done with this part of the build. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!